On this episode of Road Hazard, we're going drag racing at Hot Rod Power Tour. Alright, I lied. We did a little bit of a burnout. Hello the internet, welcome back to Road Hazard. It's Hot Rod Power Tour, baby. Day 0. I am 2 miles from the venue and we had our first breakage and only breakage so far. I drove all the way from Central Florida up here without any issues until right now, and this one is a doozy. You can see we got the alternator belt here off, and the reason for that is the lower bracket just snapped in half as we pulled into town for some reason. That's not good. So I'm going to hope that that Chinesium alternator bracket kit that I brought with me for, I can't remember why, but I'm glad I did, has that piece. We'll bolt it back on and be fixed in time for registration, which ends at 5. It's 2:15. All right, that worked. Just tested it. You can see here, it's a whole assembly here. I bought it on eBay a long time ago. I threw it in the trunk just in case, and I'm glad I did because I forgot it was in there and we ended up needing it, so that's pretty good. I did have to add a couple of washers to the spacer just to get everything to cinch down properly, but it's on there. Belt is tight, no squeak. I tested with a voltmeter and it is charging, so we can clean up and go get registered. Now it's real. That was bad. 1524 at 98. If I'd left at higher RPM, we could have easily been high 14s. 2.7 to the 60. All that to say, we can improve. And I'm gonna go again, I think.
Are you sure about that?
There's my buddy with the Mustang, Lion. That thing makes good power. So does my car. It's just, it bogged off the line. My 60 foot was terrible. We need to do that again. Nice Buick. I was was gonna make one more hit on the drag strip. In fact, I was on my way into the lanes and I heard bonk, something hit the hood. And I found pieces of the fan belt around, and it's got some cracking, so pretty neat. Anyway, the belt's broken, so I think that's God telling me not to make another hit right now. So I'm gonna replace the alternator belt, and then I'm going to park the car again, and we'll save the rest of the mojo for another day.
What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's about to be that time.
We're on the official Hot Rod Power Tour route from Indianapolis up to Joliet. We're about, I don't know, 50 miles in. Cruising through central Indiana here up towards Illinois. Seeing a lot of cool stuff. Try and get some B-roll of all that.
moving on.
Thank you. Not bad. I bogged it again. Not enough RPM. I tried 2,000 that time ish, and that was not good. I basically fell asleep at the light, unfortunately. I mean, my reaction time was terrible, but to be fair, I wasn't really trying to cut the light, so I don't know. I am disappointed in that run though. I really am. Thank you much. Yeah, terrible. 15:59 at 98. pulled into some tiny town on the route here in Michigan, and I was like, second gear's starting to feel a little floppy. So I crawled under to have a look, and that's, I mean, I wasn't gonna lose it because it hits the floor, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall that real quick just so I can shift gooder. But that is the only problem we've had today so far, so I'm okay with that. Slight update. We not only had that bolt back out, but we get it, you're a Mustang. I'm also missing that bottom bolt there. It just came out, so I'm gonna raid my bolt stash that's in the toolbox and see if I've got one that fits. Pretty sure I do. We'll bolt it in, snug it up, throw a lock washer on it, and get back on the road. I got updates. I did have a bolt that fit. I'm threading it in by hand now. I got that other bolt nice and tight. So now, we're just gonna snug everything up. I'm gonna clean up, get the tools put away, and we'll get the hell out of here. So there's, you know, the correct number of bolts holding that together now. Imagine that. I don't know how long that bolt was missing, but it sure is shifting a lot better. Oops. At least we got it fixed. pretty wild. Because when it's down, if you look, like it has door cards and stuff in it too. Like it looks like it has interior, but it all goes up with it. It does.
Got a rear view mirror.
It's road legal.
Yeah.
It's got a plate.
It's got the narrowest wheelbase.
It's raining here at the drag strip in Ohio, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get to do any drag racing today, so I figured I'd get a head start on my drive home, and we are leaving. So that is a wrap on Hot Rod Power Tour 2025. It was a ton of fun. I'm absolutely gonna do it again. Try and make it happen every year. It'll be my little vacation. I had a great time. I met some really cool people, including a couple of internet celebrities of sorts, and a bunch of really cool people at every stop. So had a great, fantastic time. Definitely looking into doing it again. I'd like to bring a different car every year just because that's exciting and fun, but we'll see how that actually works out. For now, I'm just turning south. I'm heading home. I'm gonna bump through a few more states that the car has not seen to fill up that passport window. And obviously any calamities that may come up, they may come up, but if they don't, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, every like, every comment, every subscriber. While we're on the subject, go ahead and hit those buttons for me. Helps a lot with the algorithm and gives you a little beep boop every time I upload a new video. So if you like what you see here, go ahead and hit some of those fancy buttons for me. And we'll see you guys next time.